Hello YouTube Nation and welcome back for yet another video. Today we are going to be looking at my experience at the 2025 WWE Royal Rumble. Right here we start off in the line for the Superstore. Stood in line a lot for the Superstore and I'm not so sure it was worth it, as you'll see in this video. Line after line, probably in total stood in line for over 2 hours to get to very few shirts, very few toys, very high marked up toys, and other items. It is fun to be in a crowd with fellow wrestling fans, to be able to talk and see everything that's going on and talk about rumors and talk about your predictions and all of that. And there was a lot of that in this line.
To get to the action figure section. Don't give a rip about a t-shirt or some baseball cards.
I'm just shocked that they don't have any.
So as you heard us over talking there as we go past the empty podcasts and autograph signings, no superstars were there that day. We were only in town for one day, and that was the Saturday of the event. But I was really looking forward to seeing the belts that you'll see coming up here soon. Really wanted to see if they had any exclusive like Royal Rumble action figures, which they did not. They had a Royal Rumble John Cena Funko Pop, but they were sold out. Or the one that I saw was just so expensive, and I really didn't give a crap about it, to be real honest with you. I was looking to get some of the new 2025 Topps cards that came out. I thought it would be fun to purchase a box of cards and open them at the Royal Rumble. However, not a single card was to be found, even though throughout other videos and searches and whatnot, you will see superstars ripping packs left and right. Michael Cole, I believe, opened a pack and got a CM Punk autograph, which was kind of cool. Throughout the footage that you've seen so far, it's just us queuing up in a line and walking around in turnstiles like you would at an amusement park. Then we finally get in right here, and lo and behold, we get to see some of the new wrestling buddies. Saw on LA Knight, some of the Uso wrestling buddies, which were kind of cool. If you've ever seen them, they are littler than the older ones. If they were about the same size, I'd probably collect wrestling buddies because they would look good together. But the half size just doesn't do it for me, but I do think they look good. That LA Knight right there looks great. And then you got some Usos, maybe a Roman was possibly on there. Can't really remember as I'm doing this. They had an Indiana section, so they had Indiana Pacers, Indianapolis Colts, Indy 500, wrestling shirts that were attached to those big events that are in Indiana, which was kind of cool to see for the hometown. As you can really tell, it's packed, and there are a lot of people walking through here. They did have several like Royal Rumble shirts that were just shirts, sweatshirts that had the Royal Rumble. I was very disappointed by the amount of, I guess not the amount, the lack of superstars they had in t-shirt selections. Essentially, you could buy Cody Rhodes, an OTC, the original Tribal Chief, CM Punk, John Cena, and maybe just a couple more that you could purchase. Nothing really stood out, as they were shirts that honestly looked like you could buy at Target for a whole lot cheaper on the $9.99 rack. As we approach the elites and regular figures here, was shocked about who they had. I thought that Hogan was cool. They had some fake belts. That Seth Rollins is really good. They had a Cody in a suit and a Rock, and that's about all. I didn't expect there to be any hard to find ones or anything of that nature there. But again, the persons or the characters were very slim pickings to where there was only 5 to maybe 10 total characters that you could purchase. Walk over to the Funko, you see the newer waves that are up there. You've got The Miz, you've got The Rock. I believe you had a Big Boss Man. Yeah, right there. Mean Gene Okerlund was there. And you can see who's there right now. $20 for the Funkos, which seemed pretty good. Here in a second, we're going to go over and we'll go to the signed wall to where there's some legends and current superstars who have signed the figures and the pops, and the prices on those were outrageous. Zooming in on the autograph section, we get a little closer. I kind of didn't. I just jumped in line because I wasn't going to pay for one. But they had the Royal Rumble turnbuckles. They have signed Cody stuff. They had a few signed pops. And as you could tell, looked like a whole shelf of it right there was gone. And then the belts, I did not realize how expensive those belts were. Kind of shocked by the price. But what's even more shocking is you see a Cody robe right there, a replica. That's pretty cool. One of the biggest shocks is how many people were walking around with belts. I get it. I love a belt. I own belts. I've not owned any in a while, but I've owned them. And they are so expensive. And for 1 out of, I bet, every 4 person walking had some sort of championship belt, which just blew my mind. All right, so that's us out of the superstore and into our hotel, which is actually made of old trains. So walking up into that is our hotel room is right there to the left, which is kind of a neat thing. You go in, very small, but it had 2 beds, a bath, and everything else. And they've got these little sculptures around that would simulate olden days in the train. This is probably a 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk, with an overpass walk that's indoors because it was cold out, that goes through the convention center. If you're ever in Indianapolis and you need a good hotel, this is the one. This is it, because it is great. It's very cool, has very easy to get to, had easy parking and easy access to Lucas Oil Field.
We got everybody here. We got wait.
At this point, the Royal Rumble is going to start. If I play a lot of the live footage, it's going to ding me. So I'm going to talk over it and kind of have it low. For me, it was a surprise entrance to have the 619 Rey Mysterio come in at number 1, and then number 2 having Penta. Entrances were great. I thought our seats were fantastic. Also, kudos to the staff of Lucas Oil Field. For me, I thought they did a fantastic job. Everyone was polite, helpful, had plenty of food, had plenty of beer, had plenty of drinks, had plenty of seating. It was a comfortable seating. Even though we were in tight quarters, it didn't feel tight. We could stand up, we could move, we could see everything perfect. WWE did a fantastic job with not having cables and poles or anything obstructing the view, as you can see. And it was a very, very fun event, and really, I hope to go to more. Don't know if I'll travel super far to go to one, but anytime they're within driving distance for me, it's probably going to be a go for me. Ow.